Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2027 BMW X6M Competition. Huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Charlotte for providing this SUV for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. This competition is finished off in black sapphire metallic, and with options, MSRP is just shy of $150,000. Now this is powered by the 4.4 liter twin turbo V8. It's paired to the 8-speed automatic. Pumps out 617 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque. It's all-wheel drive, weighs in right around 5,300 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds with a top speed of 177 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 21.9 gallons. You'll expect to see 13 miles per gallon in the city and 18 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 117.1 inches. Its overall length is 195. It has a width of 78.9, a height of 66.9, and its ground clearance measures in at 8.7 inches. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling for the competition model, it has a very sinister front end design to it, especially being all blacked out. So the surround for the kidney grille is finished off in matte black. You'll notice a forward camera and tons of cutouts to provide additional cooling. Now this also has distance pacing, so that sensors in the lower section, there's parking sensors too, and a lot more cutouts within this entire front end. You'll also notice too the dark housing for all the LEDs to blend in very nicely, and then some smooth lines coming down the hood to give it a great design. Now this also has a staggered setup for the wheels. So there are 21s up front, 22s in the rear. You'll notice the red M Sport brakes, and this model also has the optional floating center caps. With that gloss black wheel, gives it a great look too. You'll notice the body colored fender arches. There's also the X6M badge in that trim accent just behind it. The lower side skirt also pokes out slightly to give it a great look. And this has the power folding side mirrors, which have a camera and a turn signal. You'll notice gloss black for the window trim, and then there's a full moonroof up top. Now with the X6, you have that coupe-like design, so that very steeply raked rear glass compared to the X5 or the X7, which have more of that traditional design. But with this design overall, gives it a great look, really nice line going above the door handles too. And then in back, this gets two spoilers. So there's a small one at the top of the glass, one at the lower section of the glass. There's also LEDs for all the lighting, the backup camera, parking sensors, and the quad tip dual exhaust. Now this does have remote start, so we can activate it using the key fob. Now you can also use the control on the key fob or the release underneath to gain access to the cargo space. Now with this having that rear design, you lose a little bit of height, but you still have a significant amount of cargo space for additional items. Now under the floor, you can lift up this entire section where you do have additional hidden storage. There's also a 12 volt. You have this cover here, which you can fold out of the way or completely remove. And of course, you can fold the back seats down for even more interior space. Now you do have a third way to open and close the liftgate. You can just kick underneath the middle section of the bumper with a swift kick. You can open and close it for that hands-free operation. Now as we work our way to the interior, this does not have proximity door handles on the rear, but there are several settings that you can adjust where you don't even have to grab the key fob in order to lock and unlock the vehicle. Now for the interior, you'll notice this has the manual sunshades. There's also this neat design within the leather. There's carbon fiber, Bowers & Wilkins, which is an option, and then tons of storage in that lower section. There's also the M badge, which is an illumination, and then you can grab the release by the headrest to fold these seats flat to put in a lot more as you would expect. There's also the colors running down the seat belts, which is a nice touch. Now in back, there's an area you can place and charge tablets. You get storage down below. There's vents along with your heated seat controls, all the climate adjustments, storage, and an auxiliary down below. Now at 5'10", I have about 1.5 inches or so between the Alcantara headliner. So for this rear design, I can fit comfortably. You could fit a car seat back here, and it's usable for adults to be in the back. Now there's also the armrest where you have a little bit of storage. There's also cup holders in the end of it, and you can fold down this middle seat. So just for a little bit more versatility. And you have that small cargo window there, which helps in seeing around this pillar. Now as we work our way up front, this has massaging seats. You can also adjust the front passenger seat by utilizing that control and the driver's seat adjustments. There's memory seating adjustments, the rear liftgate, window controls, side mirror adjustments, and then all the same materials that you saw in back. Up front, you get the entire X6M Competition logo that illuminates, and then a very nice design for the front seats. They have the multi-contour design to them as well, so you have additional settings to get these dialed in. Now, let's start this back up and take a listen to how this sounds. And coming back to the gauge cluster now, you'll see on the left side there's miles per hour and fuel. On the right side there's the tach and engine temperature. To go through some more of that information, you can use the controls on the right side, where there's also volume tuning, Bluetooth, and voice commands. So by pushing on the middle button, now we can use the rotary dial and scroll through all of this content, including the augmented reality system, so you can pull that up when needed. And you have a few other vitals here that you can get into, including how the vehicle is currently set up, and you have some others here to monitor as needed. Now there's also the head-up display, so you can go through a few of those settings depending on what you would like to see while you are driving. Now for the rest of the setup, you'll notice the massive carbon fiber paddle shifters. There's M1 and M2, so that way you have shortcuts to those driving modes, and then all of the cruise control settings are located on the left. You'll notice leather for the steering wheel along with the M badge, and then all of the colors for the stitching. This is also a power operating steering wheel, so you have those adjustments to use as needed. Now there's also storage to the left, headlight adjustments, one air vent with more carbon fiber, there's leather for the dash, and then with the infotainment system, you have quite a lot to go through. So you can use the shortcuts down below. This is touchscreen, of course, or you can use all of the shortcuts down by the shifter. So you have a few up front and the rotary dial. Now this has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can get into the drive recorder. There's different settings for all of the lighting. You can get into your seat comfort. There is quite a lot to adjust as needed. Now on the home screen, you can swipe through all of these widgets and even customize them too. So just depending on what you would like to see, you can add some as well. You have a shortcut to the climates, along with navigation and music, and then the heated seats, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, and temperature adjustments. Now you'll notice more carbon fiber underneath that, along with the illumination for the M logo there. There's vents in the middle, along with volume tuning, hazards and defrosters, and then wireless charging, auxiliaries. You get heated and cooled cup holders, which is neat, and then you can hide all of that away. Now with the shortcuts that I mentioned earlier, you can quickly use those. You can use the rotary dial as well to go through the settings in that lower section. Now to put this into reverse, simply push it to the left and forwards, and you can pull up all of the angles that you need to see around this vehicle. So definitely very helpful. Now when you put it into drive, pushing on these angles, now you can get into that forward-facing camera system. You can also bump it over to the right again in order to use the paddle shifters, and then on the backside there's park and the transmission adjustments. Now there's traction control, parking sensors, along with engine start stop. And then when you go into M mode, you can change the gauge cluster and the head-up display to view some more performance information. It's worth noting that you can still go through info on that left side, so that way you can pull up anything that you would like to see in addition to some of those performance settings, and you get a very large tach for the head-up display. Now behind that you can push on setup, and this is how you can configure M1 and M2. So you can go between efficiency and sport plus depending on how you want the vehicle to react, and have those presets on the steering wheel ready to go. There's also an exhaust note, auto hold and the e-brake, a downhill assist. You do have an auxiliary in the armrest. There's also a locking glove box, and then up top you have garage door buttons, dome lights, and the adjustments for the sunshade and sunroof. And then with a look at visibility, even with that steeply raked rear glass, you can easily see over both shoulders. As we set off behind the wheel for the X6M Competition, if you're new to the channel, I own an X5. It's the 40i, so the smaller engine, the turbo engine, not this twin turbo V8. So I'm very familiar with this vehicle in general, aside from the engine and having that additional power. So with this X6 here, you get that coupe-like design, which I've already shown. So if you want a little bit more of that sportier aspect to the overall design, you have this option to go with. Of course, you can get the X5M Comp as well, just depending on what you like better. Everything else is going to be nearly identical. It's really just the overall exterior shape. So with this, I have a lot of experience with my LCI in terms of how everything functions here. I think it's a really nice luxury focused daily driver. If you want that added performance too, this is a perfect way to go. Now with the X5 or the X6M Competition here, we do have the variable suspension. So while it's not height adjustable, going through some of the different driving modes, you can set this up to be a little bit more comfortable for everyday driving. You can stiffen it up for some back roads, some twisty performance driving, and have a lot of different driving characteristics. Within this as well, you have the transmission settings on the back of the shifter. So while I have it in sport mode, we'll put it into M2 now. So pretty much the most aggressive setting for this, you can actually adjust how you want the transmission to react. So if you are in stop and go traffic, all the way up is going to be too aggressive. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. BMW has designed this to accommodate to your driving style. So you can set this vehicle up to the road in front of you and the conditions that you are in. So with it in that highest setting, as we give it an acceleration, you really need to get on it way more than I'm doing, of course, for those shifts to be very crisp and very quick. If you don't give it enough gas, you're going to feel it a little bit more and it's not going to be quite as comfortable because of the shifts. Now, if I put it all the way down in setting 1, it's going to drive more like a normal vehicle. They're going to be smoother, delayed a little bit more, just to give you more of that refined feeling. It will also do those shifts if you just put it into drive. So the vehicle will do the shifting for you depending on how you have that set up. So as I just put it in a higher setting, the vehicle automatically downshifted because it's going to give us some higher revs and higher RPM ranges. So really neat to see all of the characteristics that you have in a family style SUV, depending on the driving that you are doing. So if this is your only vehicle, you have a very well-rounded machine that is also a luxury focused daily driver. So as far as the driver's seat here goes, super comfortable. I have about 2 inches or so of headroom at 5'10", and you'll actually notice all of the seat adjustments on the screen as soon as you tap on these controls. Now this also has the multi-contoured seats, so I can actually bring this headrest to touch the back of my head without moving my head itself. So there are a lot of ways to get this incredibly comfortable. Same with my X5, and it's just so luxury focused. Even with the staggered setup for these wheels, the suspension obviously you can change as needed. I have no complaints with the 4 years of ownership having an X5. So for me, if this was my only vehicle, I would go with the Competition just because I like that power and performance. And still in the Sport Plus settings from second gear, here we go. And just a minor acceleration, this is a quick vehicle. From my experience with my X5, this has so much more potential and it's definitely going to put a smile on your face. So this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the X6M Competition. Lots of sporty ways that you can set this vehicle up to the conditions in front of you, and it is just such a refined feeling vehicle to drive. Especially with this model here, all the materials are what you would expect for the pricing, very luxury focused too. It's going to be incredibly comfortable, very quiet. This is something that you can take on long trips and just have a luxury focused vehicle. And then when you're ready to hit some back roads and have some of that performance driving fun. It sounds good too. For being stock, you can do some upgrades if you would like to. So just depending on what you plan on doing with your vehicle. But in the stock form, this is a fun vehicle to drive. You do have plenty of space as well, even with that rear design. So you can put your family in this. You can load it up with cargo. I don't believe you can get the factory hitch on the Competitions. I believe the M60 is the highest trim level. So if you do need to do some towing, I don't believe you can do it with the Competition. I don't think that is a factory option, but the BMWs in general can tow quite a lot. So they are impressive with those aspects as well, if that's something you plan to do with your SUV. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2027 BMW X6M Competition. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Charlotte for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I'll see you all in the next video.